In this video, let's talk about getting your Amazon business started on a short timeline. So a lot of what I talk about in the past on my channel is that this takes a long time. This is a real business. This is something that you are doing that you are building up over time and you're really going in it the right way. It is not an overnight success. But in this video, I want to talk about ways to at least shorten it as much as possible, because it's a natural desire that we want to succeed and get where we're going as soon as possible. And so that's exactly what I want to cover in this video. Is if you're right at the beginning, what can you do to stay on the quickest time frame possible and hopefully get things up and running sooner rather than later. And if these videos are valuable to you, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post again, and check out all the previous videos. There's a lot of valuable content already on the channel. Smash the like button, drop comments to feed the YouTube algorithm and hopefully get this channel pushed out to more viewers. So let's just jump straight into it. As I teased in the intro, I don't want you to think that this is a business that you can just start printing money tomorrow. So if you're clicking on a video like this and that is what your expectation is, you need to just first work on your mindset, work on your expectations, because anything that is that easy and that fast has other problems. Like, for example, not existing would be a pretty good first problem for a lot of those opportunities to have. You need to sort of work on your BS meter when you hear of opportunities like that, and eventually not just be chasing after a new thing every couple of days. So if that is you right now, no need to feel bad. Just try to realize the longer term potential of things, and realize that in this video, I'm still talking about a pretty short timeline, not tomorrow, but a pretty relatively short timeline, all things considered. So the first thing, and a reason that it takes some people a really long time, is because they start diving into this and they get really caught up with everything, which is both a pro and a con, because you don't want to just jump into things blindly, but on the other hand, you don't want to be so analytical and so analyzing that you just get paralyzed and you never end up actually doing anything. So it has to be a balance. You have to find your rhythm between doing your research and feeling confident in what you're getting into versus just actually freaking doing something and getting your feet wet and jumping in. And that is an aspect of mindset that you can take and apply that is going to speed everything up. And it's that you have to make some mistakes. And if this is the first thing you've absolutely ever done in business, you're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but that is how you move forward and start building something up step by step, brick by brick over time. So the business model of selling on Amazon FBA that I personally am the most experienced with, and I personally talk the most about and recommend the most, is private label, or creating your own brands of products. This means you're talking directly to manufacturers of the sorts of products that you are looking to sell, and you're getting those products manufactured under a brand name and design that you created. And while I think this is the best model because it's more protectable, it's scalable, you can take it on or off of Amazon, and you can do so much more things with it because you own the product itself rather than competing. All of that is true, but the downside is this does take longer. So let's talk about this in two parts. Let's talk about one, speeding up that process, and then two, of what I would do if you're not quite ready for that process. So first of all, if you're already sold and you know that private label and building your own brand is the only way that you want to go, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think that's great, but you are going for something a little more real, a little more like actually registering yourself and starting a business. Like you're putting it on the map. You're not just like dabbling, you're starting something. And if you want to do that, you have to realize it's going to take thousands of dollars. It's gonna take a couple months just to even get anything up and going to the point where you're taking in sales. And then that it's going to take time to really be profitable, because you need to push it and push marketing, and your cash flow is gonna be weird because you're gonna need to order more inventory before you sell out your initial inventory. And it's just a longer cycle to get things rolling. But I actually think this is a short-term business model. It's just that now we live in this world where short-term means tomorrow and not like a month or two away. And the fact that you can right now, today, start looking at products that are already selling on Amazon, start talking to suppliers tonight that potentially make those products, start getting timelines, getting quotes, figuring out exactly how much it's going to cost, figuring out exactly how long it's going to take to get from that supplier into Amazon. You can start doing that literally immediately. The core thing to all this, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is product research and picking the right product for Amazon. So if you haven't already watched my guide, for example, on YouTube, I'll link that up, a product research guide, very in-depth. Highly recommend that you watch that. And that is crucial because everything else you'll figure out. You'll figure out how to do the barcodes. You'll figure out how to set up your shipping plan in Amazon. You'll figure out these little things as you go. And you don't need to know it all now. You just need to know how to get the answers and where to reference when you get to those stages. But product research is where you'll get held up for months because you haven't actually placed an order with a supplier. And that is what's going to set you back the most in terms of actually selling. So the sooner that you start just digging into products, whether you understand this entire process or not, you need to understand what's going to work on Amazon and where to find them. So start doing that immediately. There's no reason to wait at all. That is something that you can literally stop this video, maybe watch the product research guide if you have not already, and start digging for products today. Like, stop putting it off. Why are you putting it off? I don't know. Let me know. I'm really curious. And look, your first product might not be a winner. And you need to be okay with that if you're going on to this business model. You need to realize that this is a skill that you need to hone, but at least start practicing, at least start trying to find products and figuring out what's right about them, what's wrong with them. Why will this work? Why won't that work? Start to build your own system of how you're searching and how you're refining. Now, let's back up a second before I continue with that path. Let's say you're a little overwhelmed by this and you're not quite ready. Maybe you're still saving. Maybe you're still learning a bit. Maybe you're young and you're just trying to do something on the side, or you don't have a lot of time. Or you've never sold anything at all. If you've never sold anything at all online, if you've never collected $1 for anything other than a paycheck, or maybe you have never even had a job yet, what you should do is you should start selling something. So I guarantee you have something around your house that you can sell, whether it's on Amazon, preferably to kind of get familiar with the Amazon process, or even on eBay, or even locally. Just get in that habit of selling things you don't need anymore, things that you bought and you shouldn't have. Sell those things, pack them up, ship them into Amazon, or even ship them from home, just taking them into UPS, but sell them on Amazon or on eBay to get that experience of what it's like to sell things online. And that is something that just everyone should do, because I've realized it more and more is that these things are unknowns and people don't really quite know how it's gonna work to print a shipping label, or they don't know how it's quite gonna work to set up their account and all of that. So the more you can just slap that stuff out, just get on the computer and knock it out in 5 minutes. It's not hard to just actually do the thing. We spend so much more time thinking about how to do the thing than to just do the damn thing. So if you're just trying to make fast money on Amazon, clearly the way is not private label necessarily. Like if you're trying to go really fast, the way to do that is arbitrage, selling things that are already out there. Picking up a wholesale contract perhaps, or hitting up all the stores, or buying from other websites and then selling them on Amazon. Those are the ways to get product basically immediately. Beyond that, you're gonna have to take time to really evaluate what is the product that you want to attack for the next year plus on Amazon. What is the brand that you want to build? What is the product that's going to lead to 5 to 10 other products that serve the same people in the same market? And as you're digging and you're looking at all of these potential products, then just immediately go to Alibaba and other sites and just start looking for suppliers. And immediately, again, don't overthink, just just do these things. You can knock it out all almost immediately, almost in a minute, some of these tasks. And once you have these potential products, just send out quick emails to 10 different suppliers, get a rough reading on what the pricing is gonna be, get a rough reading on how many units you need to order, get a rough idea of how long it's gonna take to get that product in. And if you just knock those steps out, ABC in order, then the timeline is so much shorter, because instead of just wondering and watching videos and thinking and asking questions about how long it's going to take, you're just going directly to the source and figuring out how long is it going to take. And obviously a big factor here with how long is it going to take is beyond your product research is what else needs to be done. Are you creating a very customized product that needs to go through some elaborate R&D process to even develop your product? Or is it something super off the shelf? The manufacturer has it in stock, ready to go. Just slap a special label on your box and it's gonna be in Amazon in 4 days from now or something. In reality, you're probably dealing with somewhere in the middle. Most products take let's say 30 to 60 days, depending if you're going air or sea shipping, from the time that you really place that order to when you're realistically going to start actually selling your own product and collecting sales on Amazon. And look, I don't know about you, but 30 to 60 days is short. I think that is a quick timeline, especially when you factor in that this is a business that you can be building upon and growing for many, many years potentially. This is not just a single product that you can go and find locally today and sell it on Amazon or eBay today. That's going to be much quicker, but this is something that you are laying the foundation to build upon, to launch one product that could potentially sell 5 units every single day, or 20 units every single day, or 50 units every single day, or maybe 7 units a day, but then you start selling a whole suite of products that are related, and then eventually you're doing a total of 50 sales a day across all of them, or 100 sales a day across all of them. Or you're now taking your brand into retail and you're selling it locally in all of these different shops, or you're selling it on eBay, Amazon, your own Shopify store, you're running ads from all these different sources, you're wholesaling to people that are trying to sell on all of these other sites. You know, all the drop shippers that are out there, you're using them to sell your product. I mean, to be the brand owner, to be the one in control of the product is the side of the equation that you want to be on. So while the fastest model is to sell stuff you already have, to sell stuff you can get your hands on immediately, that's what you should do if you're just getting started. That's what you should do if you've never sold anything at all. That way you can just get in there and get in the game right away. But you should also be thinking about this slightly longer time frame of how are you going to build something bigger. And the key there, I think it's becoming clear, is don't overthink. Just do these things. And I'm guilty of this a lot of the time too. You think about everything that could go wrong. You think about all the possible scenarios instead of just sending out a quick email. Hey, I want 300 of these. What's the price? Right? It's not that hard. People are like, well, how should I type my email? And should I have a custom URL for my email address that I contact the supplier with? And should I say that we are a company of 50 people, or should I say that it's just me? Like, this stuff doesn't matter. I mean, you're talking about such a fraction of anything mattering by the time you get into those granular details. Just do it. Just look at products, look at potential ones, even if you don't think they're great. Just get some ideas, get some prices, start doing the math, start getting in there. And then you are that much closer now to finding something that is a winner, to something that you are going to run with. So to recap, start selling some stuff around the house, start selling stuff you can just quickly get up there to get some experience in actually selling, and start looking for products. Reach out to suppliers right away. Just don't cause there to be a month between steps. Just try it right now. Because if you do it that way, that's going to shorten the learning curve, shorten the process more than any other factor. And realize that you'll be learning as you go. You don't need to know absolutely everything now. You just need to know about the next step and just start doing it. So if you found this video helpful, please do smash the like button, leave a comment on this video. Check out the links in the description. There's all kinds of software and resources, free Facebook group for entrepreneurs in the description. You can also check out my Zero to Brand course, which is my A to Z, everything Amazon FBA, starting your brand and launching it on Amazon. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.